In this exercise, we are going to change our ride pattern to something that's called the cascada pattern. And this pattern is a pattern that you would hear normally or traditionally on the shell of a timbale, but I have chosen to play the pattern on the bell, and you can see this rhythm on the screen, but again, one of the things that we really need to think about is inflection. And when we play these particular patterns, we just can't play them straight up and down. They have to have some peaks and valleys in them, which is what gives them their swing. So the pattern that we played, which was in the same direction as the clave pattern, which was in 2-3, the pattern sounds like this. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4. So one of the things that you should remember is each time that you're seeing a group of 2 eighth notes, regardless of if it ends up off the beat or ends up on the beat, if we can put a slight emphasis on that second note, that really helps to perpetuate the swing and to make it it has more of a groove to it, and it's not. It takes some of the stiffness out of the groove, and that's very important. We need to have sort of this ebbing and flowing type thing. So again, when we're playing this groove, especially when we're playing it on the cowbell, the thing that I try to do, and I know a lot of people do, is I use the shoulder of the stick on the cowbell for the accented notes, and then the notes that are unaccented, I actually come up to the tip of the stick, and so we can really get that swinging kind of tone, and basically your hand is just dropping, as opposed to trying to play everything on the top of the bell or on the side of the bell where you're getting so much tone out of the bell. We need to have sort of that ebbing and flowing type tone on the bell. So here it is, 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, so this is very important, so we can try and get that swing out of the bell. It's a very important thing, and again, we're going to take that particular pattern and we're going to combine it with all of the other ostinato patterns that we were doing, and again, like what we did with the clave, is we're going to put that pattern on the snare drum, and we're going to go through all of those other permutations with our left hand or whichever hand you decide to use. And we really want to make sure that everything is lining up and we can maintain that swinging feeling in the bell when we're going through those permutations. Don't let your bell hand get into kind of a stiff mode when you're trying to play those other permutations with your left hand or your other hand. When you're watching the recorded performances, take time to watch how my right hand is playing on the bell, and you're going to notice that there's a certain rhythm and sort of it almost becomes like a perpetual motion type thing with the pattern. And you're going to notice that when we start adding some of these different rhythms within the permutations, really keep in mind how these not only feel physically, but how they sound. You're going to notice that certain rhythms feel a certain way when we're playing them in conjunction with the bell pattern, but also how are we phrasing them? Sometimes we might be accenting the second note, sometimes we might be accenting the first note, and either way that you decide to do is acceptable, as long as everything is swinging and everything is lining up. But you know, use the recorded example, if you will, as a sort of a musical template for the way that I've approached it. You can watch how all of my limbs are moving in terms of fluidity and hopefully some consistency to them, because as we know, at least in my opinion, being consistent is probably one of our biggest challenges, and it's something that we need to address every day. And if we can really just maintain a really great swing and groove when we're trying to go through all these different things, this is really what we should be striving for.